over there. Well, I always drink
Conversely,
Diet Pepsis. I don't drink
That's
water.
the highest name recognition.
Remember you banned water bottles at the meetings?
Even higher than Senator Helen Shapizi.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Okay, the Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, 7 p.m. work session meeting of the Township Committee is now in session. Roll call, please. Nancy.
Ms. Bogdansky?
Here.
Mr. Lane?
Here.
Mr. Madigan?
Here.
Mr. Melchiong?
Here.
And Mayor Boonstra.
Here.
Thank you. This regular work session meeting of the Wykoff Township Committee is now in session. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting appears on our annual schedule of meetings. Copy of said annual schedule has been posted on the bulletin board of Memorial Town Hall. Copy has been filed with the municipal clerk and has been posted on our municipal website. And a copy has also been emailed to the Record, the Ridgewood News, and the North Jersey Herald News, all newspapers having a general circulation throughout the Township of Wykoff. At least 48 hours prior to this meeting, the agenda thereof was similarly posted, filed, and emailed to said newspapers.
Thank you, Nancy. Can we confirm that everything is signed, sealed, and ready to deliver?
Yes.
Thank you. I'll take a motion to open the work session for 10 minutes for public comment, please.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Bogdansky?
Yes.
Mr. Lane?
Aye.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
And Mayor Boonstra.
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
Thank you. Okay, the meeting is now open for public comment, 2 minutes per speaker. On any issue a member of the public feels may be of concern to the residents of the Township of Wykoff. If you wish to comment, please step to the microphone and state your name and address.
Thought she was.
Janet Toomey, Aspen Lane in Wykoff, and I was just wondering if we heard any more from the state about our issue, which is the crosswalk.
It would be from, actually, it's the county. And
The county,
latest is-
sorry.
I'm going to let you take this one. The county, the speed limits that we were looking for, the additional reductions in the speed limits were granted. So we have to get engineering involved now, but if anyone, Pete, you want to pick that up, or Matt?
That's pretty much where we're at right now. Matt might
Yeah.
have a better update, but we just literally got a few weeks ago, the speed limits where we needed them to be.
Right.
And then we have the grant, and then the engineers need to work with each other to see if it's feasible or possible.
And I know Boswell was going back and forth with the county as to the design, because we have to move the location of the intersection, we have to extend the sidewalk a little bit. So that was last week, so I'm hoping that the timing has worked out right, that this gets done as part of the county road
repair.
road improvement to
Right,
Wykoff.
yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like movement to me.
It's progress. No, it's progress.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, we have
Great.
progress.
Thank you very much.
right, thank you, Janet.
all.
There being no others, motion to close the public session.
Second.
Ms. Bogdansky?
Yes.
Mr. Lane?
Aye.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
And Mayor Boonstra.
Yes,
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
thank you. Matt, a review of the 8 p.m. agenda, if you would.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the first thing on tonight's agenda is our 2025 municipal budget. I'm going to leave the big presentation of it to Mr. Madigan and Mr. Melchiong, but I just want to thank Diana and Fran and all our department heads and the Finance Committee for their cooperation this year, and we will, they will both actually be here for our 8 o'clock meeting. Little out of order, a little extra resolution this year. There is a resolution, or item number 10, which is a motion to adopt a budget amendment as per local finance notice 2024-21R. And that has to do with the fact that after we introduced the budget, the state local finance board had granted an additional cap exemption with regard to insurance. So the budget amount didn't change, but we have to move items in the budget from inside the cap to outside the cap. So there's no dollar change to the budget. It's just moving it from one page to another. So The way that has to go is we have to hold the public hearing on the budget, then we have to adopt the amendment, and then we have to adopt the budget. So that's items 9, 10, and then 11. Moving on to the consent agenda. Item 125 and 126 are being dealt with separately. Above, item 127 authorizes an online auction for an old ride-on mower from the DPW, and 128 is payment of bills. There are 3 ordinances for introduction having to deal with the capital improvements that are being fully funded this year in the municipal budget. First is $825,000 in various improvements and capital expenditures, again, fully funded. And then we have our 2 ordinances that we normally do. Normally in the past, you might have seen that we were introducing or adopting an ordinance, which amended an ordinance, which amended an ordinance, which amended an ordinance. Our auditor has asked us to stop doing that and just add additional monies to the to the additional reserves. So the ordinance titles are now very much shorter. So it's an ordinance appropriating funds for major vehicle repairs and an ordinance appropriating fund for future field improvements. And again, those are both reserve funds set up in the capital ordinance. And then there'll be one additional resolution that will actually pass at the end of this session. We will be going into closed session this evening to discuss active litigation. Moving on to administrative items. As you can see, if you're now driving into the building, the roof replacement here at Town Hall is substantially complete. The new gutters and downspouts were installed over the weekend. Remaining tasks include some minor scraping and painting. We're just waiting for the weather. And after that, the project will be fully closed out. The DPW has taken delivery of their new sort truck. Crews have been trained on its operation by the manufacturer's representative. During training, we were able to utilize it to clean out the drainage lines around the municipal building and discovered that one of the lines connecting the downspouts over here by the finance department is actually broken. We plan to make stormwater improvements at Town Hall in the upcoming weeks to ensure that all stormwater is appropriately directed away from the building. So if you notice, all the downspouts around the building go into the existing lines, except for the one right here in the corner, right below this tree. Animal licensing period for 2025 is ongoing. So far, 938 dogs and 50 cats have been licensed. The March 31st deadline has now passed, and residents who have not yet licensed their pets will now incur a $15 late fee. Some staff changes. Our Deputy Tax Assessor, Francois Dowder, has resigned to accept a position as the Tax Assessor in Teaneck, and we wish him well in his new role. And DPW laborer Jim Schaefer has retired as of the end of March. We are currently conducting interviews for the mechanics position in the DPW. Peggy Keene from our finance department will be retiring at the end of this month after 35 plus years with the township. We've completed interviews for this position and hope to have a new person starting within the next 2 weeks. Affordable housing planning. Our affordable housing planner is currently drafting our 4th round housing and spending plan. Hope to have that in about a month or so. We have submitted our letter of intent to apply for the 2025 Bergen County Open Space Grant. Proposed improvements include curbing around community park parking area to prevent runoff onto the fields. Currently, we have a sheet drainage issue that washes out the baseball fields at community park, so include some drainage there, along with field improvements to fix that will fix up some of those drainage issues as well. And then finally, the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation Board of Directors has awarded the Whitehall Fire Department a grant for $19,782.75 for the purchase of 3 portable radios and accessories. So we were notified of that this morning.
Great.
And that is the end of my report.
Thank you, Matt. Hey, can we start with you tonight?
Sorry, do you say me?
Yeah, do it, please.
Yep. I attended the Hope Disability Breakfast. I believe that was last week. It's always a great event, very informative to see what's going on and all the new and upgrades at the facility over there. Memorial Day Parade Committee met last week. The planning is ongoing, and we're looking to get as many bands and participants this year, especially since we were rained out last year. It's always a great event, and we're just trying to even make it a little bit bigger this year. And lastly, Centennial Committee's been meeting almost on a weekly basis, and just want to thank everyone on the committees for all the work we're doing. I know it sounds like we're, we still have some time, but there's a lot of planning that's involved, and everyone is spending a lot of time planning it for next year, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Pete. Tom?
Okay. I'm gonna start there. So the Centennial Calendar meeting was held, very productive meeting. And this week we're also meeting, we're gonna be reviewing many photographs that we have in our archives over at the library, which will be part of the calendar, so we're excited about that. I too like the roof looks great. The gutters and the leaders are all put in, keeping all that water away from our building. Everything looks really sharp and looks great, and I'm looking forward to its completion, and good job coordinating all that and finally getting that done. We're all aware that there's too many deaths from fentanyl. We hear it all the time. And I was invited last week as a guest of dear friends Ray and Tita DeBella to the assembly that was held at Ramapo and then also held at Indian Hills. It was called the Black Poster Project, and it was a very chilling and powerful presentation to the juniors and seniors. They had many people that lost their lives. Big posters in the gymnasium. You got to walk through it, and then they had assembly in the auditorium, and you could hear a pin drop. So kudos to all those involved in putting that on, and hopefully that's something that May can think about presenting, that maybe we could do something to help out with the K-8, particularly those junior high kids.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
I have some more details, and I could be happy to share with you. But it was very well done. Okay, so practices are off and ready for the rec program, baseball, softball. The season begins April 21st. People are looking forward to that. Boys lacrosse practices is also underway. Girls lacrosse comes this week, and then all day this Saturday over at Pullis is a big lacrosse day. They're going to be playing lacrosse till the street lights come on and they have to go home. So it's going to be a great day this Saturday. And finally, I was pleasantly pleased tonight to see the return and welcome back Janet Toomey, who's a couple of months. We've missed you, but we're glad to see you back, and we're glad that we were busy doing things while you were sunning yourself and enjoying the nice weather down in Florida. That's all I have. Yeah, I bet you were. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Raj, see if you can top that.
Well, I would tell Janet that your friend gave us reports at every meeting on your status, some of which you might be shocked what she told us, but I'll let you discuss that with her. I'll try to be quick. Fire department, keep it brief tonight. There was a drill last night. It started out on Franklin, and then there was a live call to Concord for a smoke odor in a home, and I got the opportunity to ride in one of the fire trucks from Franklin to the other side of town, and I have to say that unto itself is quite the experience. I was grabbing on for dear life, the ride over, but guys are fabulous. They do a great job. Let's see, under DPW, Matt had mentioned we received the new sewer jet. That's going to really help us out a lot with, any blockages, et cetera. It's a heck of a piece of equipment, and you can see why it costs as much as it does when you take a look at it. They are doing interviews for mechanics, so if anybody out there that may be listening or hears this, if you're interested in becoming a mechanic at the Department of Public Works, please get your information to Town Hall as soon as possible. Pete talked about Memorial Day, right? So we're good there. Shade Tree had a meeting. Everything's good there. Ramapo, Indian Hills, everything is status quo. Historic preservation, you can see that I'd say it's 99.9% completed. The brownstone on the corner has been redone with hardy plank, and it really, really does look sharp. And, it'll be nice to have that in that condition, with the centennial coming up. And that lead-in, I had a discussion with Rudy this afternoon, and as part of the centennial, in addition to what Pete and I and Tom are doing with calendar gala and the celebration day with May, Rudy has graciously accepted to be in charge of the historic part of the day. And nobody could be better for that, Rudy. So we thank you for that, and we'll make sure that you get all of those applications for those folks that did put their applications in to help, because I think for the most part, that just seeing the names, you could tell that there's a lot of history there. So
yeah.
that's going to work out great, and
That's
thank
fine.
you.
Appreciate that,
Thank
guys.
you for
Thanks,
that,
Pete. Thanks,
and
Roger.
it's going to work out great. And that's all I have. Thank you.
May?
I only had one meeting, and that was the environmental meeting, but I wanted to report that the Wyckoff Environmental Commission had a presentation at the Wyckoff Library on March 24th, and it was on solar energy and recycling. Mary Ann Crawford covered the solar panels portion, and she discussed the benefits of installing solar panels, the steps to take, some of the benefits being the excess energy sent back to the grid and translated into credit or money back to the homeowner. You can receive a loan to install for 0% interest, and some banks offer that. You get a one-time 30% lowering of federal tax bill, no added property tax. So she went through, it was a nice presentation. She went through her own personal experience of installing it, what to look for in companies, what to ask. And then Ben Weiner did the recycling portion, which was nice too. He taught, explained some of the ways to reuse things, recycle things, and composting. Team Up to Tidy Day is set for April 26th, which is a Saturday. April 22nd is Earth Day, and I believe it's at Lincoln School, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
On the 22nd?
yeah. That's all I have.
Okay.
That's it. Thanks, May. Okay, I too attended the Hope Christian Disabilities Awareness Breakfast on the 20th. Hope Christian started out as the Eastern Christian Children's Retreat in Wyckoff. It was the vision of Teresa Trett Bushman, who saw a need for children who were desperately developmentally disabled and needed help, and she raised the money, and they built that building up on Mountain Ave, and they've done just a wonderful work for 50 years now. This is their 50th anniversary, and they've moved out to satellite facilities now with 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 of their residents in them, but they're still headquartered in Wyckoff, which is kind of cool, really. And my hat's off to Hope Christian for the work they do. I attended the ribbon cutting. Many of us did. Who was there? Roger were there. May was there.
Oh, yeah.
For the Wyckoff Veterinary Hospital.
Grand opening.
And the grand opening, right. On the corner of Greenwood and Wyckoff, very nice event. 2 wonderful young veterinarians opening up there, and we wish them many little furry patients. On the 21st, Friday, I attended the kickoff for unveiling of the study rooms in the library, and they're really cool. It's a structure that's there in their quiet study rooms. It's inside the library between 2 of the rows of stacks, and you don't even know it's there because it's see-through glass, and it's really very well done. I was really surprised at just how well done it is and what a great addition it is to the library. And they found room, and it's inside. And it's a great study space and workspace also for patrons of the library. I attended the solar panel presentation that May just alluded to at the library. That was very well done. One of our residents who was very knowledgeable about solar panels made a great presentation. What else did I do? On the 26th, I officiated at a wedding right in this room. That was great. The first police committee meeting is this coming Monday morning. We haven't had one yet. Looking forward to that. And I'm the happiest guy here tonight because of the roof we have on this place, trust me. I really appreciate everyone's patience and perseverance on the part of the Facilities Committee and going through the process, and we now have an authentic replacement slate roof on our gorgeous Williamsburg Town Hall. So I really thanks everyone who got involved in that and made it happen. And I think that's all I have. So we'll move back to the agenda.
Attorney. Attorney.
Oh, Dave. Why do I always forget Dave? I'm sorry.
I don't know, am I forgettable? I don't know.
No, your name that's cleanup.
Dave.
No, it's quick. Affordable housing, I reported at the last meeting that we did come to a settlement on our prospective number for the fourth round of 334 units. Obviously, we'd like it to be lower, but it's still a good number compared to what Fair Share Housing and the Building Association wanted, which was really meeting about halfway, actually a little under halfway. We filed that settlement mediation agreement on the 27th, and we need to do that so that we don't lose our zoning rights. That's the bottom line with this. We have to continue into this program. As much as Fair Share likes to say it's voluntary, it's really not, unless you want to lose your zoning rights. We are still part of the litigation group that is proceeding on, and we had a Zoom meeting last week, and the lead counsel is working on potentially filing a federal action in that, as well as pursuing our state actions. So I'll keep you informed with that. Supposedly tomorrow I may even see a draft of it, so hopefully I can report soon of what that's going to be about. That's all I have for tonight.
That was the last comment I had, which I was trying to think of. I really want to thank Dave and Matt and our affordable housing planner, Beth McManus, for their efforts. I was part of it too, but more them. Over 4 Zoom meetings, some of them very tedious, very trying with the folks we were dealing with. And I think we really got the best deal we could for the township, all things considered.
Yeah, I went on some meetings
Really, thank
afterwards. Thank you, Mayor. It seemed like nobody was doing better than us.
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed like if you could split, the difference, you were doing pretty good from
Right.
what I could tell from other attorneys that were kind of sharing their experiences. So I think that the number we had was pretty much the best we were going to do. So again,
thanks
thank
again.
you.
Rudy?
Yeah, Tom.
What's the timeline, the action plan? Because I know we have to be involved
Hey, I could
in
probably, I was going to share
developing this,
that.
and
So
some on the back of my mind, I heard June, and it's
the end of
April.
June 30th is when we have to have our plan, our fair share plan implemented, or the implementation of it filed. So the next couple of months, we need to really be working on that. Beth McManus, our Fair Share affordable housing planner, is working on that. And probably in the next few weeks, we should get together with her, have some meetings to go over that. Because even though June 30th is the deadline, you really have to have it in place because we have to pass some resolutions and ordinances for the implementation of it. So, as Mr. Madigan correctly stated, we need to stay on that and schedule some meetings so we're not getting behind on that aspect. And just to follow up on that, even when that plan is filed, there's another objection period, so it doesn't end at that point in time. We're going to be doing this throughout this calendar year. Hopefully, we'll put together a plan that won't have many objections, and then it kind of moves through the process. So even though that has to be in place by June 30th, there's still some other deadlines throughout this calendar year before everything's put in place.
On a similar note, the plan for the property on Franklin Ave that will include some affordables that we're doing proactively is in the planning board, so that's going to begin to be heard soon at the planning board level.
Right.
So, which is something we're doing proactively, not based on or the number we settled on. Anyone else? Thank you all. Okay, I'll take a motion to adopt resolution number 25C6 and to enter a closed discussion. Take a motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Ms. Bogdansky?
Yes.
Mr. Lane?
Aye.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
And Mayor Boonstra.
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
All right, we'll adjourn to the other room and be back here at 8 o'clock. Or sooner.